sky now. It's dusk. By 7 o'clock, that's when it gets fully dark, and you'll see like the night all across the sky. Let's see what time it is. Okay, 6:30. Now the thing is, his place is locked up even by 6. Oh, so maybe the key's in one of these gargoyles. Okay, there it is. Hey, you hear that water sound effect? Sometimes when you go up close on objects like these in this game, you may hear sound effects that relate to what this object is. So like, you just heard the water bubbling sound effect because there's water there. And you'll hear a few others that kind of catch me off guard. So I'll show you. If I... Okay, it's quarter till. If I pull the cord again, he's gonna show me kick me out. But if I do it after 7, then I'll be able to.
You have no business in there, young lady.
I'll be able to go in.
You can't stay away from closed doors. I shall have to ask you to leave.
Well, that's not gonna happen. I'm making my way back in. Okay, now that it's 7 o'clock, here's a change that makes. I can click on this bookcase. And I want to take one of these. What are they supposed to be? Some kind of mask? Or masks or statues. Well, I need it when I get in there. I'll show you why. Now I'll be free to pull this cord. But if I just go in, I will fall down that. So I need to put that statue in place to make sure I don't fall down. So it's a rigged trapdoor, I guess. Make it priority to put that down, then I'll go through the door. But to get inside, further into where the dagger is being stored, I click here on this image and I'm taken right into this gallery. So is this where he keeps all of his odds and ends? Pretty bizarre stuff. Okay, so there's a sound effect of children laughing. Some kind of animal growling. Well, that doesn't look like a typical animal skeleton. Brasov Dagger. Looks more like a sword, though. Okay, here's a puzzle to get it open, and what you have to do is click the shapes from the fewest number of sides or angles to the most. So starting with circle, then the moon with 2, then triangle, square, and star. Alright, got it. Okay, here's the door. First time I played this, I had such trouble trying to find the way out. Alright, now I can go through the door and leave. So the dagger is the key I need to defeat the villain. Oh, Gary's
What on
caught
earth are you
me.
doing here at this time of night? You just about frightened me to death. And you're lucky you haven't gotten yourself killed already. Now what have you got to say for yourself? Is Bonnie part of this?
Bonnie doesn't know anything about this, Mr. Richards, I promise.
Should I respect the promises of a common burglar? Bonnie is your best friend. I guess she told you how to get into my house in the first place.
Nope.
Bonnie never told me anything. I found the key by accident. Please believe me.
All right, Elena, all right. Even though you might have asked for it, I don't believe that Bonnie would have risked her job by helping you to break in here. And I confess I'm curious. What was so important that I couldn't wait until morning?
Well, this is the first time I've actually had to talk to him since the art gallery, so I'm gonna talk to him about everything regarding this dagger. Because other times
Mr. Richards, this is important. I really need to talk to you about your new dagger.
You might at least have rung the doorbell before you let yourself into my house. But I am intrigued. What interest could you have in the Brasov Dagger?
Does the dagger have something to do with vampires, Mr. Richards?
Vampires, as in Transylvania. Well, the dagger is from Romania. However, Transylvania, the land of vampire lore, was only part of Romania briefly, following World War I.
So, if Transylvania isn't part of Romania, what is it?
Now isn't the time to discuss the socio-political history of Europe, Elena, although your curiosity is refreshing. Will you tell me how you decided the Brasov Dagger had something to do with vampires, or shall I call your aunt to come and get you?
What if I told you that the dagger has drawn a vampire to Fell's church? Do you believe that's possible?
I must say your interest and deductions are a welcome surprise. But you assume a lot. First, that there are such things as vampires. Second, that a vampire would have some use for the Brasov Dagger. And third, that the vampire has some way of tracking this dagger.
All the children who were attacked had 2 small bite marks in their necks, like a vampire's bite.
Well, the bite could have been made by a bat or other small mammal. And despite what you have seen in horror movies, the vampire is not limited to feeding from the victim's neck. Mind you, I'm not saying that a vampire doesn't bite the neck. Go on. You still haven't told me enough to make a substantial basis for your theory. What else makes you think that a vampire is stalking our streets?
I've heard that a weapon like the dagger might give ultimate power to a vampire.
Good, Elena. I suppose that's quite possible. However, the dagger hasn't left my house since I acquired it, well before the attacks began. But it could explain why a vampire would come to Fell's church, of all places. Go on. You still haven't told me enough to make a substantial basis for your theory. What else makes you think that a vampire is stalking our streets?
Bonnie's sister Mary can tell you where you lost something even though she's never seen it. So it should be easy for a vampire to know about the dagger.
So Bonnie's sister Mary is a diviner? How interesting. But I digress. It's true, there are individuals who have the ability to sense an object's location and describe it in detail. Without further study, I cannot refute your assumption. It's a good thing you came to me, Elena. Having taken everything you have said into account, I am forced to conclude that there may very well be a vampire in Fell's church.
Then you do believe me? You believe that a vampire has been attacking in Fell's church?
I believe it's a possibility. However, until I find a way to prove my suspicions, and more importantly, find out where it is, I want you to stay close to home, especially at night. Be careful who else you tell about this. It could make you a target. Now, go home. I've got a lot of research to do.
But you can't just send me home. I need the dagger.
Give you the dagger? I can't give you the dagger, Elena. If you're right about it, having the dagger would only make you a target.
That's interesting. Having here is misspelled. You
So
don't
it's
have
best the
either.
dagger stay right where it is until I can figure out what to do with it. You go home and stay there. And let me start working on these questions.
Okay, well, he said he couldn't give her the dagger, but look, it's still in her inventory, so I guess I'm good to hold on to it for right now. And for the rest of the game, I guess.